Hi everyone, my name is Carla, and today I'll be talking about the deep historical and cultural connections between India and Cambodia. Even though these two countries are far apart geographically, they've been connected for over 1500 years. This connection wasn't built through war or colonization, but through trade, religion, and cultural exchange. In this presentation, I'll explain how ideas from India, especially religion, language, and art, helped shape Cambodian civilization in lasting and meaningful ways. The connection between India and Cambodia began around the 1st century CE, mainly through trade networks across the Indian Ocean. Indian merchants traveled by sea to Southeast Asia, including Cambodia, bringing goods like spices, textiles, and precious items. But more importantly, they brought ideas. Unlike many empires in history, India did not conquer Cambodia. Instead, cultural influence spread peacefully through interaction. Local leaders in Cambodia chose to adopt Indian ideas because they saw value in them. This made the relationship more of a cultural exchange than a political takeover. One of the most powerful influences India had on Cambodia was religion. At first, Hinduism became dominant. Cambodian kings adopted the idea of the Devaraja, or God King, which connected them to Hindu gods and strengthened their authority. Later, Buddhism spread throughout the region, offering different ideas about life, suffering, and enlightenment. Over time, Buddhism became the main religion in Cambodia, and it remains central to Cambodian culture today. Together, these religions shaped Cambodia's belief systems, leadership, and daily life. These Indian influences became especially strong during the Khmer Empire, which lasted from the 9th to the 15th century. This empire was one of the most advanced and powerful civilizations in Southeast Asia. During this time, Indian ideas influenced government systems, religious practices, and education. For example, Sanskrit was widely used in religious texts and temple inscriptions, showing how deeply Indian culture was respected and integrated into Cambodian society. One of the most famous examples of Indian influence in Cambodia is Angkor Wat. It is the largest religious monument in the world and was originally built as a Hindu temple dedicated to the god Vishnu. Its design reflects Hindu cosmology, especially the idea of Mount Meru as the center of the universe. The temple's layout, towers, and carvings symbolize this cosmic structure. Later, Angkor Wat was transformed into a Buddhist site, showing how Cambodia adapted and blended different religious traditions over time. This monument is a perfect example of how Indian ideas were reinterpreted through Khmer creativity. Another important cultural connection is through literature and storytelling. The Indian epic Ramayana was introduced to Cambodia and adapted into a local version called the Riamkar. While the main storyline remains similar, the Cambodian version includes local values, artistic styles, and cultural details. It is still performed today through traditional dance and theater. This shows that Cambodia didn't just adopt Indian stories, it reshaped them to reflect its own identity. India also influenced Cambodia through language and writing systems. Many words in the Khmer language, especially those related to religion, royalty, and philosophy, come from Sanskrit. Ancient Cambodian inscriptions were often written in Sanskrit, which was considered a prestigious and sacred language. This shows how Indian intellectual traditions influence education, literature, and communication in Cambodia. Language became another way Indian culture was deeply embedded into Cambodian society. Even though India had a major influence, Cambodia did not simply copy Indian culture. Instead, Cambodian people blended Indian ideas with their own local traditions, beliefs, and artistic styles. This process created something entirely unique. For example, while Angkor Wat is inspired by Hindu cosmology, its design, carvings, and artistic details are distinctly Khmer. This shows that cultural exchange is not one-sided. It involves adaptation, creativity, and transformation. Today, India and Cambodia still share cultural connections, especially through Buddhism. There's also ongoing tourism and cultural exchange, with many people visiting historical sites like Angkor Wat. India has even helped restore some of these ancient temples, showing continued respect for Cambodia's heritage. Although their relationship began over 1,000 years ago, its influence can still be seen in modern times. In conclusion, India had a deep and lasting impact on Cambodia through religion, architecture, language, and storytelling. However, this influence was not forced. It spread through peaceful contact and mutual exchange. Cambodia adopted and transformed these ideas into something uniquely its own. This relationship is a powerful example of how cultures can influence each other without conflict, and how ideas can travel across regions to shape entire civilizations. Thank you.